All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Dallas Cowboys. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, Johnson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
13.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Let's go! Great.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Screenplay, Johnson. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Here we go with Johnson. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll give it to him right off the gun. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They give it to him running left. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Foles. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. David Njoku with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when a knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Detroit!
They'll drop the throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. He's to the 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Dancing to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Levante David. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's Foles. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now Foles. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate, as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On 3rd down, it's Walker. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
And how about the range, too, coming from...
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a 1st down. What a play. It's a 1st down as they get 19 yards on the fake punt. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for them.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. He is... It's just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take the ball in the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So the Patriots coming out now. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And that'll make it third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
New England on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And Wilson has it. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
There's Scarborough on the toss. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They come out here in the eye. It's a quarterback sneak. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines it.
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Nick Foles with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh shut it down. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll set up a throw. He'll buy some time right. And able to connect with Barrios. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 32. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying,
and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Saquon Barkley as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Elliott good on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Big Al Woods there to make the tackle. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. So an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll try and start this drive in the air, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnover. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
12 more yards there and another first down.
Really strong, effective run there out of a power set or a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game, and that's tough for a defensive coordinator. They want to spot that lineup coming into the game early so they can get the proper defensive personnel on the field. That's why the coordinator is relying on some of the assistants to tell him what offensive personnel is hitting the field so he can adjust accordingly. They weren't able to stop him on that run.
A first down carry for Barkley. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Gun! Hurry up!
They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Charles Tapper able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run with Barkley. Dances by at the 20. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
It would have been a long field goal attempt, so when you only need a few inches, this, to me, is the right decision. And they wind up picking up the conversion on 4th down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
A handoff to Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Detroit, Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 50.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now he's forced out right. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. They'll start things on 1st down with Bo Scarborough. He's got room to run past the 20. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Foles now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. Flushed out right. And his throw here is incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. Now, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, But also remember, if they miss that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Now, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle here to Wilson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Six. 13.
Foles. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's got some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. David Njoku with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Patriots have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
All right, now, look at 56.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Jalen Smith able to get him for a loss of about 3. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Buying time to his left. Looking here for Smith downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to. You and your brothers just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that. Yeah, there was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Now Scarborough. A little juke. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Foles. On the left side, Gallup's got it. That'll be a gain of 16, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a 1-score game. They get it to him running left. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They come out here in the eye. Now Foles. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
Still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Back to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
He's going to let it fly. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Charles Tapper in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. It's Scarborough again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. This is Scarborough. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And his kick here is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
So some drama down to the very end of this ball game, Charles, on that final kickoff. They were open to break free, some sort of miracle play, but they couldn't do it.
They had a chance, and that was their only opportunity to try and bring it all the way back. As you noted, they weren't able to get that done, but at least they had the shot. What a tremendous game to be this close and this well contested.
So for New England, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Dallas, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
You